It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Port Stephens police say an elderly driver who died in a two-vehicle crash at Tea Gardens late yesterday appears to have been at fault. The 90-year-old was the sole occupant of a Suzuki Jimmy, which collided with a truck on the Pacific Highway at Mile Way just before 5 p.m. The elderly man died at the scene. The 24-year-old truck driver and two head of cattle being transported on the truck weren't injured. Police believe a number of people at the Cessnock tip after closing time on Sunday could be able to shed light on the death of a 54-year-old man. Shane Mears was with a male friend when he suffered significant injuries before he died. The friend has been questioned and is not being considered a suspect. Strikeforce detectives believe there were other people in the vicinity at the time. Detective Inspector Matt Zimmer says Mr Mears and his friend may have been scavenging for scrap metal when he met with foul play.
Until we know the exact circumstances of what's happened and the cause of death, we are treating the death as suspicious. Their exact reason for being there will form part of our ongoing investigation.
Hunter New England Health will continue screening for coronavirus at Newcastle Airport ahead of tonight's border closure between New South Wales and Victoria. All passengers arriving at the airport have been questioned by health workers since Friday last week to ensure they have no fever or any respiratory symptoms. Members of the public can now catch a ride on Newcastle's driverless shuttle as it heads along Wharf Road for a 3-month trial in live traffic. The automated shuttle is fully electric and can detect obstacles, measure its own movement and determine its travel route, all without the help of a driver. Deputy Lord Mayor Declan Clausen says the fully electric shuttle is the latest in Newcastle's efforts to develop sustainable transport options.
So this is the first phase of a trial. Pending completion of the trial, as well as all the data that the vehicle collects and as well all of the community feedback, which is going to be so important for the future of this trial. We're looking at further extensions to the route and connecting other parts of the Newcastle coastline.
Windale will receive a brand new multi-purpose centre as part of Lake Macquarie Council's plans for the growing suburb. The development will feature a community hall, a high-tech library and a number of public spaces for social activities, gatherings and functions. The plans have been developed through community consultation over the past 3 years. Funding for the project will come from developer contributions and the sale of land at Bennett's Green, with construction due to start mid-next year pending approval. Researchers at the University of Newcastle received a $1.3 million grant to address inequities faced by people with a mental health condition. The 3-year project will also see experts from the University of Melbourne and Flinders University join local researchers to develop a new model of preventative care. Professor Jenny Bowman says she hopes the research will identify strategies to deal with preventable risk factors such as chronic disease and low physical activity.
The outcomes, I think, will be reduced chronic disease risks for people with a mental health condition, and I think, a way forward for community mental health services to be able to incorporate this kind of care more easily into their routine work.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights coach Adam O'Brien will face a tough decision on Edric Lee's replacement for the next few weeks after he suffered a broken arm in Sunday's game. Lee broke the same bone in round 15 last year, missing the final 10 games of Newcastle's season. O'Brien says he's still weighing up his options, and a reserve team scrimmage between Newcastle and Manly's fringe players yesterday may have an impact on his decision. Interim Edgeworth coach Keelan Hamilton says the team is in a good position ahead of Sunday's kick-off for the shortened 13-round Northern New South Wales competition. Hamilton was installed as interim coach yesterday after Damien Zane stepped down to take a position with Broadmeadow Magic. Hamilton will head his first training session today ahead of Sunday's grand final rematch against Maitland at Jack McLaughlin Oval. And Newcastle trainer Chris Lees has 3 acceptors in Thursday's listed $200,000 Grafton Cup in a 16-horse field. Lees is leading Sydney Premier trainer Chris Waller with less than a month to go in the New South Wales Premiership. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 15, 1, 41, 42, 8 and 45, and the supplementaries are 22 and 30. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.